Hello everyone, you're watching Jana FX. In this video, as usual, I'll share with you results of this week trading and also forecast, my technical analysis, really the view on gold, where I think it might move, okay? And starting with the results, this is my main account. This week not as good because, well, we are starting to pick up the summer months, and I was warning you guys through my videos that this is the worst time. I don't like to trade usually July and August. We're getting there. It's not much of volume really, and I have right now, as you can see guys, so I made 2,116, but the trades will close out very nicely with profits, except the last one I had on I think it was on Friday, where, or maybe on Thursday. So you see guys, this is the consolidation. Yes, it started from actually Wednesday night, through the Wednesday night, and it went to Thursday and Friday consolidation. Nothing happened, and I got into this trade, and it is still in the recovery, okay? Because I have quite big account and bigger lot sizes. Right now it's floating is minus 1,700, and also guys, I have some trades from, I'll show you the floatings right now. I have a few trades, those smaller ones with 0.20 from the automatic entries by the EA itself. So because remember, I'm placing my own trades, my own orders, and then EA continue to trading it, right? And also I'm using a new setting where automatically the EA places orders on its own. So I still have 3 floating, and they are not in the recovery, and the only one I have in the recovery is this one. And basically, of course, at some point I could have just closed out and end up with $2,000 profit, but I thought I'll just leave it as it is, because of course after this consolidation I will be expecting a bit of a move, and of course hopefully it will close the trade, okay? So it will cover the loss and make me some profit, okay? So it's just the usual process and system. So that's why I thought I will leave it, okay? I thought my expectation was that on Friday there will be a bit of a move, but it looks like nothing. Is like not enough. You see, not enough strength, not enough volume, and that's what will be happening next day. So that's why I'm saying, guys, I'm warning you, be careful, okay? Use the low slots. I remember I was telling you that I was going to reduce the lot size, but I decided to leave it as it is. But this moment is still under control. So basically, if I could close out all the trades and still end up with a small profit, like whatever, $300. So that's still okay. Still everything is under control. We're not in the loss anyway, okay, with this one. So basically, if you were following my trades, you would probably, either, because I said if you did not trigger the orders, just cancel them. Because I was caught by a very tiny, again, few pips, so it depends what the spread you had on your accounts or with your other brokers, even the same broker. Then you could have either pick up the same trade or not. So if not, some of you would just cancel it and have no trades, or maybe if you did, you probably will be in the same position as I am right now in recovery, okay? But I'm expecting, I will be making later the review of the market, what I'm expecting from next movements, okay? So just want to show you another account. Remember, the one which is fully automatically testing, okay, sent account, and also the same situation. I have changed a little bit of settings there because I'm like trying different settings. For example, get higher risk, lower risk. For example, I placed a little bit lower trades it can pick up. Before it was unlimited and had really good results, and lots of trades close out with lots of profits, as you saw. But I felt last week, because we were going in July, I thought I'll reduce it, and so it's like maximum right now it can pick up to 3 trades, and it was not as good like it was previous weeks. You see, this one closed out with a small loss again, and right now I have the same 2 trades are floating, and 1 trade is two trades are floating as a recovery, and just want to show you obviously here a bit more. That's what it shows you, the recoveries, okay, and one is just a buy order was open and just floating as it is, not in recovery just yet. So it depends obviously how the market will move next week, we will see. So also the lot sizes are not big for this account, okay, so it's still a reasonable size, so that's why I thought I leave it, because remember guys, I was also telling you that I understand all the EAs is great, but it's still better to keep an eye on it, but I thought this one will be just running by its own, so that's why I didn't wanna to do anything, because when of course I analyze the market, I still could, for example, just stop recoveries, okay, at some point. Just do not continue, see a small profit and just take it just when you see it goes into this floating consolidation, okay, into the flat, okay, and flat, that's the worst part with gold. That's I mean with any pair really, but usually gold makes really big moves between. And when it's like goes, you see in this, like it's a 2-day consolidation, then when we started to sit a little bit longer in recovery. Sometimes you see in some months, you've seen me been trading for all of these months, showing it to you, sending you signals. We had perfect trades, maybe some recoveries, but they would have recovered the same day. But you see now it's not recovering the same day, so we don't have these big moves. And that's why I think I'm still going to be, I will be probably changing the lot size, yes, reducing. So let's see how I will come out from this situation, and then maybe I will reduce with the new trades, I might reduce the lot size, yes, because so July, August, the worst times to trade. Okay, so that's why for some of you, if you're watching first time, if you would like to try the same strategy, maybe it's better to just do it on demo, to test it, see for yourself, it will work for you or not, because summer, again, it's very tricky to trade during the summer months. Okay, so let's now have a look at what happens. I'm gonna back on the 4-hour time frame to see, okay, the main picture here. So we had move, right, like a good move actually, coming out from this area where, yes, it was looking like a head and shoulders, and my expectation was, yes, we could break out, but it's not as confirmed as head and shoulders, because I was not sure how far we will go. And for a better pattern, a bit better confirmation, I like when it is like, if for example we would have just one big move down and then started to create pattern, that's more stronger for me than we were just going down and then sitting again in some consolidation, and we broke from it. You see, from that area we broke, but we didn't go too far either, and then it started to sit here, and then it's broke again, and that's why I wasn't sure, is it going to actually continue the way up, or we actually might stay in the same previous area, right, that big one, flat area again. Okay, so quite possibly it could happen something like this, but this moment, let's say I can say, okay, let's say it is actually head and shoulders, and we're expecting gold now to going up. Then of course the first breakout, so from here in this consolidation, I am expecting, of course, if we will go back down and stay above our neck area, that's where you see I had this orange area for quite a while, and then from here we will start to pick up and go back up again, then I would say, yes, I would consider that was a head and shoulders, upside down head and shoulders, and we broke, pull back, and then we continue. So that's the usual setup, okay, with the trading is confirmation of breakout, pulling back, and then continue the same way as it was. And of course now it's took all those stops which I was waiting previously, and so basically if we will go back down and stay above, and we'll be trying to go back up, that means that our bottom also will be higher than the previous bottom, right? We do have this one bottom, okay, we have this little 1, 2, so basically if the next bottom is going to be above and will not break our support level, then I would say yes, we are going to continue the way up, okay, so That's how I see that, as a usual standard situation and confirmation of change in the direction, because at this moment we are still in downtrend channel. And remember that these levels, they are all could be moved, and we still have that big top. And of course I was waiting for this move. Remember, I was telling you, of course we still need because that's small area and we have bigger top and we have nice bottoms, but we need another bigger top, right? Inside this downtrend channel, still another bigger top, and then turn around and continue the way down. We still didn't close the gap at 1869, so, and that would means we are still inside this downtrend channel. Okay, so if that's what happens, so that's why this movement we still can go up to wherever, up to 2000, but not breaking it. Okay, so staying underneath, so like 1970, we have previous tops probably about 1980, 1990, and then turning around and continue. But of course, if it will break out, and because we at the same time have a little bit of this channel, which also, remember, with this level, it was all moved around. So you see, if I will put it back again where we were, that means, yes, that could be something like this, right? And what do we see here? We see here again breakout, pull back, and that means that we can continue fall. Okay, we can continue fall down. That means that again we are still in downtrend channel. But you see, remember, I moved it a little bit. You see, if no matter how I move, I'm using this little bottom here, I'm using this bottom and that bottom which broke out, but I didn't get in. Okay, so guys, for example, if that big move we would be jumping in inside straight away, then I would say, okay, it does look like, yeah, that was head and shoulders and one of the signs we broke, so we are probably might continue our way up. But at this moment it's a bit tricky with this area, so that's why it could be breakout, pull back and continue the way down. At the same time still can go back up inside that channel, right, below 2000, and still turn around, and we will still be in downtrend. Okay, so that's why at this moment I am still quite bearish with gold. Okay, and of course fundamental, talking about the interest rates, yes, there were better news this week with inflation, and everybody's now talking about only one possible interest rate increase, and then it will be possibly pause, and then they will be starting to talk about when they will be cutting rates. Okay, so that's why this week nothing much is going to be happening. Okay, not much of the news, no interest rates news. There will be some news, of course, but the week after I think is going to be more important, even though I know the market is already accepting it's only one increase, but you never know, because everybody is just only thinking and predicting, but you don't know the facts, what to expect. So basically here again, if we're coming back to the previous another bottom, that's why I don't really like much when we have 2 or 3 bottoms to tops, because that's how it makes tricky with all those levels, support resistance levels, because it could be respecting one or another top or bottom. Okay, so that's why, for example, if we will take these little bottoms and that one and ignore this one, we didn't get out from the uptrend. And yes, from this perspective you might think, might say this was just correction and now it's time to go back up. Yes, I am not going to exclude this, and I'm leaving this level too, just in case that it could be, just like I was telling you, from here we still can go and stay and then turn around. Yes, if again the fundamentals will help us, but at this moment I will be still looking at it a little bit more bearish, because I still don't like this gap at 1869. It's a very tricky gap, because I've checked with a few brokers and they all have, because you know sometimes if you have gap with one broker, it doesn't mean you actually have a gap. It could be just with the broker, but when you have it with like pretty much all the brokers, then there is definitely a gap, and that's why it's like pretty much guaranteed that it will be closed, okay, at some point. But it might be not, like I'm saying to you, it could be any time, it could be longer time, could be faster. This moment it takes a while for gold to come back to that point. Okay, so I moved this level, didn't I? I think I want to move it back, because until we are finishing with these tops, you see right now I'm connecting this top, which was before, and a little bit of here, and that's where we actually stopped, pretty much exactly in that area. So if we will look a bit at the daily, well, the daily ones, candles don't really give me much, to be honest, here. That's why it's kind of a little bit hard to say. What do we have at 4-hour time frame? Basically, you see we have more pins towards down, so we do have quite a lot of little pins up there, which means, you see, again, gold might go slightly down or might go slightly up, and then pick the direction finally. So that's quite a usual situation what gold likes to do. What do we have on 1-hour time frame? So well, at this moment it's started, you see, turn around a bit, like picking up the downtrend move. So from this, the little consolidation, obviously it will be breakout, but like I'm saying, guys, they might go a little bit, pick up those first or the other area first, and then actually choose the final direction. So that's how gold likes to come out from the consolidations. So basically at the same time we have here still, it didn't take all of those stops, right? So it starting to pick up, but didn't go high, didn't take 1970 and didn't go high. So basically with at this moment, with all those expectations, to be honest, I would think more like, if looking technically at this moment, I would say possibly it might try to jump and take all those stops and then turn around and continue the way down and stay in this area, maybe lower a little bit, like neck area slightly lower, but stay in this area until the next week, not this week, but the other week, where there will be interest rate decision. Okay, so I expect more this way towards yes, like I'm saying, going higher a little bit. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. It might try to go and take 1970 and even go higher and maybe stay higher somewhere, and just starting to consolidate and waiting for those news. Just depends if there would be, of course, some news this week. They might push gold again like higher, and that's where it might just stay. I still don't think it's going to break 2000. Okay, so I don't see it. I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not excluding, this is just my opinion, that's how I see it. And still think if it will decide from this go higher, then any of those areas break out, not going above 2000, just stay anywhere it would want. You see, it's really hard to say where it would want to stay, but it might just pick any areas and then just started to sit and wait for the next news. Okay, so and basically I would say more, if for example gold will pick the continue, go a little bit high and then stay somewhere high, then I, to be honest, would be a little bit more towards that on the week after gold will drop. Okay, so it will drop and then possibly wherever to the neck area or something, trying to break out this support level somewhere. But at the same time, of course, if that was enough last week with all those news and still more talking about, except it's still they're talking about more changing just once, and then it will be pausing. So yeah, and that's why it might go higher. But I'm still at this moment, yes, if it will go high, we will see, because I will be still placing the same way my levels. We see I'm not going for long-term trading, still it will be short-term trading, so that's why it really doesn't matter. But you see, my view is that possibly, yes, it can go up, stay below 2000, just consolidate somewhere and wait for the other week, or from here it's just try to break a little bit, fool everyone with the breaking up or down, taking pins up, the top pins and the bottom pins, and then pick up the direction. And maybe I'm still more towards that it will go down here and stay a little bit here, unless of course wherever the news are will be there again something, but maybe just stay in this area, higher, lower, and then the main news the week after, and then it will finally pick up the direction. Okay, so but this big consolidation, it might still get into the same kind of consolidation. So you see, basically I'm expecting before the rate decision, in my view, gold will not go higher than like this area we have, like let's say 1987, 1990, I would say, and not going lower than 1930 something, right? So in that area, that's where I would have expecting gold to stay before this other week when they will be making decision with the interest rates. Okay, so that's how I see it. Will it work this way? I don't know. We will see. It's quite hard to predict at this moment, and especially with all of this not very big volume, and there is a bit of volatility. It's not too bad, but we will see. Okay, guys, so that's it for now. That's my just opinion to you, a bit of the view how I see the market at this moment. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and happy trading. See you, talk to you next time, guys. Bye.